What's up, guys? Big D Wiz, oldschoolstereo.com. Over the next few months, we're going to be testing several of the cheater amps, well known from way back in the late 80s all the way up into the early 2000s. So we're going to test a lot of these. Here's an example of some of the models we'll be testing. So stay tuned to my channel. Check out the link in the description below to see the playlist. What's up, guys? Big D Wiz, oldschoolstereo.com. Today we have the Planet Audio P225HC. We're gonna do an overview real quick and then we're gonna put on the dyno. This amp was made in approximately the year 2001 with a retail price of $979 US. This is a beast of an amp. It's hard to tell by the pictures, but the amp is massive. It has a huge aluminum heatsink. Obviously designed to dissipate a lot of heat, in addition to the two internal fans built into the amp. Here we show the guts off, and next we're going to show the input terminals here. You got a level control, bass control, a couple switches for crossovers, and then the line outs and the inputs. We always set our amps to full range when possible for amp dyno testing. The amp itself says it's 20 watts by 2 on the outside, but if you look at the manual, it actually says 25 by 2 with up to 800 watts mono at 1/2 ohm. Here we show the power terminals for ground, remote, and battery. And on the other side, you have the speaker level outputs, or the speaker outputs, and the two outer, left positive and right negative, are for bridging. That's how we're going to run the amp. We'll start off the test with the 8 ohm runs of the Planet Audio P225HC, and we're doing 40 Hertz on all these tests, so unless I specify otherwise, 40 Hertz. So we'll start off with a certified test. This takes us up to 1% THD, and you can see here we're going to get 89 watts at 14.24 volts. Uncertified is next. This takes us up to clipping. We get 90 watts at 14.22 volts. Dynamically, the amp did a little bit better as expected because this simulates music. We actually got 95 watts at 14.26 volts. So you can see pretty close among all these tests at 8 ohms. Okay, so now we'll do the 4 ohm mono test. And again, this is a high current amplifier. So, it's only rated 100 watts at 4 ohms mono. As you can see here, we got 150 watts, did nicely overrated at 14.13 volts. And uncertified is next. Uncertified, we got a little more power, 171 watts at 14.07 volts. And then dynamically, the amp did even a little bit better. We ended up getting 173 watts at 14.16 volts. You'll notice it took it a few different pulses to get to that 173, but this simulates music, so that's what you should expect. Okay, next up is a 2 ohm mono run. Again, this is a high current cheater amp, so it's designed to double its wattage each time you decrease the ohm load by half. So as you can see here, we get 225 watts at 13.92 volts certified. Uncertified, we got 261 at 13.77 volts. Then the dynamic run, which again simulates music with the 40 Hertz pulse track, it's like a kick drum, got a little bit better. We got 284 watts at 14 volts. Can this amp do even more power? Stick around to find out after a quick message from our sponsor. Thanks to the supporters of Old School Stereo by using patreon.com/oldschoolstereo. If you guys like to see these amp dyno tests, I love to do these tests for you. But it takes a lot of time and extra money, supplies, electricity, a lot of things like that your donation with as little as $1 per month could really help out. Check us out at patreon.com/oldschoolstereo. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to run the 1 ohm mono test on the P225HC from Planet Audio. The amp is rated at 400 watts at 14.4 volts at 1 ohm mono. Let's see what she does certified up to 1% THD. Looks like we get 278 watts at 13.63 volts, so falls short there. Next, uncertified, got a little bit better, 337 watts at 13.42 volts, still not quite at rated. And then we'll go to the dynamic burst test here, as you can see. Getting close, but not quite there. 391 watts at 13.55 volts. Alright guys, and here comes the most brutal test you'll ever see on a 2-channel amp. It's the half ohm bridged load, which puts an equivalent quarter ohm stereo load on a 2-channel amp. So obviously first off we're going to run certified. One thing that you'll notice is the lights come on immediately when the test starts. So it's like the amp was already into distortion before it got a reading. So see how there's 0 watts and it jumps up to 282 at 14.89 volts. Uncertified, it did much better up to clipping. Yeah, we got 400 watts at 13.73 volts, but again, this amp is rated 800 watts at half an ohm mono, so quite a ways from there. And finally, we did the burst test, and we got 489 watts at 14.27 volts. Alright friends, here we have the results of the Planet Audio P225HC, the amp dyno test by oldschoolstereo.com. You can see here at 8 ohms we well surpassed the rated wattage. 4 ohms as well. It's rated at 100 watts. We got well over 100 watts at 4 ohms. Up to 173 watts dynamic. At 2 ohms, we also surpassed the rated power, getting 225 watts certified up to around 284 dynamically. Then we get to 1 ohm, where the amp is rated at 400 watts and kind of fell apart. We didn't really get there, got close dynamically, but the other ratings were not very close at all. And then half an ohm, where it's rated at 800 watts. Wow, really disappointed with that. You can see here, got well under that rating. And so just so you guys understand, the amp dyno cannot be cheated. There's nothing I can do to make these numbers lower or higher than they appear. The amp dyno shows the wattage and it shows the voltage, so there's nothing I can do to fake that. So just so you know, this is Big D Wiz, oldschoolstereo.com. Until next time, I'm out of here.